Good morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first our top story. A Northwest Iowa man is facing charges for allegedly crashing his SUV into a Sioux Falls home over the weekend, and it turns out it's not the first time that same house has been struck by a vehicle. This latest crash happened Friday night on South Jessica Avenue. Police arrested the 40-year-old driver from Sibley, Iowa for DUI. No one was hurt, but this is the second time this house was hit by a vehicle within the last 2 years. In 2021, another impaired driver drove his truck off the street and crashed into that home and another house next to it. A homeowner inside suffered a concussion and cuts to his face. It's back to the drawing board for the Oldham Ramona Rutland School District. Last month, voters rejected a nearly $19 million bond issue to build a new K-12 school. So the district has scaled the project down and is asking voters to once again approve a bond, this time for $15 million. The superintendent, Dawn Hookey, says it's important that the district builds a new school.
We're one school district with 322 students, and we need to be in one building so that we can more effectively improve academic achievement. Our teachers can collaborate. We can offer more electives for our students so we can better use our resources in one building.
Because right now those 300-plus K-12 students are taught in two separate schools, 16 miles apart, with both buildings more than a century old. The next bond election is December 12th. A Sioux Falls congregation hosted some Halloween fun Saturday at a farm in Parker. The Table Ministry is known for hosting their church services at a Sioux Falls sports bar and wanted to find other ways to bring the church to people instead of bringing people into the church.
Today we brought some carnival games, we have face painting, we have a bake sale, we have arts and crafts, we have different stations of things, all put on by people of our congregation. So they've donated baked goods, they've donated games, they've donated their time, and they're just all here to meet people.
People attending the event donated non-perishable food items for Feeding South Dakota. Let's take our first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful start to the day here in Sioux Falls with a nice sunrise on our hands. In fact, much of the region getting in on a view just like this. 35 at the airport, a north wind at 3 miles per hour. It's a cool start to the day for sure, but later this afternoon, you won't need a coat or even a hoodie for that matter. T-shirt and jeans, you're good to go as we warm up well into the mid to upper 60s later in the afternoon. In fact, we're already getting toward that 50-degree mark out west. 49 in Valentine. We're at 50 in Pine Ridge. 43, though, in Rapid City. 41 for Spearfish. 44 Mobridge. 40 Huron and Sisseton. 34 at Aberdeen. And some low 30s toward Worthington as well as Spencer. The wind is going to pick up a little bit later this evening, but for now, it's pretty tolerable with some outliers toward Faith as well as Pine Ridge. We do have a little bit of rain to talk about at times, and noticeably cooler temperatures on the way as well. More on that in your extended forecast on the way. All right, thank you very much, Adam. Crews at the Mitchell Corn Palace have begun installing their famous South Dakotans display. They'll spend the next month installing 9 new murals at the Corn Palace. The templates were designed by students at Dakota Wesleyan University. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Renee Ortiz takes us to Mitchell to hear from the students who designed these Colonel murals. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. Kids Day is a non-scary, fun afternoon of Halloween festivities at the Jaycees Fairgrounds in Sioux Falls. It's taking place from 2 to 4 at the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. The haunted house is brightly lit for young trick-or-treaters. The cost is $8 and free for adults accompanying their children. Admission is $7 with a canned food donation for Feeding South Dakota. Baltic Lutheran Church is hosting a Swedish meatball dinner from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Baltic School Commons. The cost is $10 for adults, $5 for children, and free for ages 5 and under. Movies playing at the Historic State Theater in downtown Sioux Falls include Hocus Pocus, rated PG, plus Scary Movie and Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, both rated R. The Stampede hockey team takes on the Sioux City Musketeers at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. The puck drops at 4:05. Enjoy a doubleheader of pro football action on KELOLAND TV. CBS Sports coverage begins at 11 a.m. Central Time with the NFL Today. The Buffalo Bills then play the New England Patriots at noon. That's followed by the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs at 3:25. Adam? Well, really, we don't have a whole lot to go on this morning, but there are a few things to talk about. One, the nice sunrise we have on our hands, and two, there is a little bit of rain out there. Not much. Some very light isolated showers south of Pierre, moving through Lyman County and then west of Winter as well. But that's really just about it. Unless you're out there, the worst you have to deal with is a little bit of a breeze and a bit of cloud cover as well. That is ahead of a frontal boundary that will lift to the north and east as a warm front. And after that moves through, well, we have one other thing to watch later today, and that is the potential for a little bit of rain. Not too much, generally a tenth of an inch or less in many locations, but if you do have any outdoor plans near and east of the James River Valley, you will want to keep that in mind, as we do have that potential for rain going into the first portion of your night. Much of Monday is looking pretty good, but then by Tuesday, we have another opportunity for some scattered showers out to the northwest at first, and then to the southeast later in the afternoon and evening. Yet another chance for rain comes around as we go toward Thursday, as we zoom out and take a different view of what we're going to be watching. This is arguably going to be our best shot for rainfall as we go into Thursday and Thursday evening, especially to the north and then in southeastern KELOLAND. But then we have another system that moves through, noticing the active pattern here, and this will help open the door for some chilly air. Highs in the 40s by the weekend, even some 30s out west, with a few rain showers that could mix in with a few wet flakes depending on the timing of this particular system. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Also, as you get ready for the final weekend of October, and by extension Halloween, which comes around a week from Tuesday, you will want to remember to maybe layer up underneath your costume. We do have some cold air that comes in by the end of the week and into the weekend out of Canada, and that is going to be sticking around as we head into the end of the month, with odds for below average temperatures being favored through Halloween. So keep that in the back of your mind with any plans. Highs today, though, mid to upper 60s in many locations with a mix of sun and clouds. Again, some evening showers possible to the east, with low temperatures tonight falling into the 40s. The rest of your 7-day forecast is really not all that bad, but it is progressively cooler. Monday is where we peak in Sioux Falls at 71. Some showers this evening, then Tuesday and the better chance on Thursday before we have 45 for a high on Saturday. In Aberdeen, we peak on Monday. A better chance for rain comes around by Thursday, but you notice you also slip down into the low 40s by the last weekend of the month, with lows in the 20s. For Pierre, we'll see a few showers on Monday, better chance on Thursday. 70 is your high water mark on the thermometer on Monday before you fall into the 40s by Friday and Saturday. And for Rapid City, today's the pick day of the week, near 70, a mix of sun and clouds, a few showers and 54 on Tuesday, a few more showers and 43 on Thursday, and then you have highs in the 30s headed toward the weekend with lows in the low 20s. So consider this as your heads up for some cooler weather. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.